When you first went on your riding course with the branch, you'd be given any old uniform from the stores. I ended up with a pair of breeches that looked like the joke ones Eric Morecambe used to wear. It was all second-hand stuff, and you had to provide your own flat cap and jacket. That was until you made it onto the unit, when everything was made to measure, and the uniform was first class. We had our own tailor, who used to come to Duke Street every year. You felt good because you knew you looked good. An old inspector used to say, "You can walk down Corporation Street as a bobby and no one gives you a second look. Walk past on a horse and everyone looks at you. There will be photographs of you all over the world, as every tourist will take a picture of you." You had an everyday uniform for patrol, and then a ceremonial uniform and a helmet with a plume for musical ride displays and ceremonial duties. You'd wear a tunic and a very long cape that went over the back of the horse. During the break at football matches, we'd put the cape over the horse to keep them warm whilst we had our refreshments break. It wasn't until around 1985 that the flat caps were replaced with helmets. We had them specially made with an embroidered West Midlands Police crest stitched onto the front of it.
I think I was in the right place at the right time when I applied to join the unit in 1984. They'd just moved to Park Lane. They had brand new facilities, so couldn't really say they didn't have facilities for women anymore. I completed the course, but then had to go back to division because of the miners' strikes, and I actually transferred to the branch in 1985. One of the first things they asked me was could I provide my own uniform, because they had absolutely nothing for women. Not much protective gear either, no body armour, soft hats. In your helmet and all your gear at a football match, once we were provided with said gear, no one knew if you were a man or a woman. A man put a hand on my knee and asked me for directions somewhere once. When I answered, he was absolutely mortified. "Sorry, love," jumping back in horror. Some of the officers were very anti-women on the branch. They didn't want us there. They thought the blokes would be distracted having to look out for us. But I remember one of the ones who was most against us, after a particularly difficult football match, came up to me and Joe, who was the second woman on the branch, and said he'd rather have had us by his side than half the other blokes on the unit. It took a while, but we did earn the respect of our colleagues and we were accepted onto the unit.